vehicle, and we've now got through the whole week, and we're on to the very last unit in the Legio Custodes section of the Talons of the Emperor army list. I'm finishing off with one of the coolest models I think they've actually released in the Heresy range so far, and that is the Legio Custodes Caladius Grav tank. It costs 195 points, ballistic skill 5, front armor 13, side 13, rear 11, and 3 hull points. It's a vehicle, and it's obviously a fast skimmer like the Coronis Grav tank. The war gear includes a twin-linked Lastrum bolt cannon, that's the one in the nose. It has a turret-mounted twin-linked Elastus accelerator cannon, a flare shield, which makes it the equivalent of armor 14 on the front, an equivalent of armor 15 to ordnance weapons, with blast template weapons, that kind of thing, not ordnance as in laser destroyers, for those who want to pull me up on it. And yeah, the machine spirit, so you can split fire and all that fun stuff. And, you know, move as far as you want, still fire one weapon at full ballistic skill, because reasons. Now, the special rules include deep strike, outflank, and grav backwash. Reminder for those playing at home, that's the -2 to hit this thing in close combat if it moved that turn. And it probably will have. Now, the upgrades include Armoured Ceramite. It's a waste, don't do it. It's 20 points. If it was 5 points or 10 points, of course, it's an auto include. It's not, it's 20 points. That's half a Custode, pretty much. You're already struggling to get models. No, don't do it. Searchlight for 1 point. No, I think that's a waste as well. You'll almost never have a problem with night fight in this army. Extra armor, 5 points. Maybe. I think there's better things you spend your points on, but I wouldn't say no to it outright. Now, there's only one other option, and that is you may upgrade or exchange your Elastus Accelerator Cannon for a twin-linked Arachnus Heavy Blaze Cannon. Now, it's 15-point upgrade. It'll take you 210 points. I don't think it's worth it, and I'll explain why in a moment. First, we're going to go through the Accelerator Cannon itself. Now, the Elastus Accelerator Cannon is 60 inches range, Strength 7, AP 2, Heavy 3, Rending, Rapid Tracking, and Heliothermic Detonation. The Rapid Tracking means that targets cannot take a jinx save against you. Fantastic against skimmers, flyers, jet bikes, things like that. Rending is, of course, Rending. And Heliothermic Detonation is that if a model cops a wound from this, they have to make a toughness test, and if they fail, kaput. Instant killed. Now, the Arachnus Blaze Cannon, on the other hand, has 2 firing modes. The Concentrated Blast, which is 48 inches range, so already a 12-inch range reduction. It's Strength 8, AP 1, Heavy 1, and Exo Shock. The Exo Shock rule is if this weapon successfully scores a penetrating hit on a target, roll a d6, and on a 4+, a second automatic penetrating hit is inflicted on the same target, against which cover saves may not be taken. That is, of course, the burst fire mode is range 36, so nearly half of the accelerated cannon. It's only strength 6, only AP 5, and heavy 3. Now, I don't think it's worth taking. Frankly, the slightly okay penetrating hit you might get with the concentrated blast from the blaze cannon, 420 blaze it, it's not worth it. It's one shot, right? The burst fire mode, yeah, you get 3, but you're essentially a heavy bolter. You're strength 6, but you're only AP 5. Frankly, the Elastus Accelerator Cannon is a perfect weapon in the Custode army. It's long range, it's rending, it has that rapid tracking rule, right? This thing's going to perform awesomely against flyers and things like that. Yes, it doesn't have many shots, but, you know, those 6s to rend, the twin linked, they'll come in handy. And the fact is, the 3 shots together, they will punch holes in Terminator equivalents. And Terminators are the bane of a Custodes army. Trust me, I did all the maths on this the other day and a bunch of playtesting. And essentially, if you charge Terminators with anything less than Solarite Gauntlets, they will mostly die, but they will win the attrition. They will win in the long run, even at only strength 8 and having to cause the full 2 wounds to each Custode. So you need to take out Terminators as early as you can, and this is the tank to do it. Obviously, the Lastrum bolt cannon in the nose, it's the same sort of thing as we've talked about earlier. It's a super heavy bolter. Strength 6, AP 3, Heavy 3, heliothermic detonation. Which, again, fail a toughness test after taking a wound and you die. Sorry. This thing can split fire, right? Pump those AP3 shots into a Marine Tactical Squad or something, or a Marine Tactical Support Squad with plasma guns, one of your arch nemesis for this army. Again, pump those AP2 shots into the Terminators. 2's to hit with a reroll to hit, 2's to wound. They're only going to get involves against it, right? Make every shot count with this thing. Apart from that, fantastic unit. The only downside is you can't take them in squadrons. 3 of these babies will set you back 575 points off the top of my head, maybe 580. In fact, if I did maths, I'd be able to tell you exactly, but I'm too lazy for that right now. Well worth it. I think they're pretty much a must-take at least one of these in your army. Obviously, it's competing with a few other units like the Custodian Sagittarium, but the Sagittarium are a far worse unit. They're mediocre, as I've spoken about in other videos. Whereas this thing is king shit. It's not overpowered, and it's not underpowered. It's just sitting in a pretty happy spot. If anything, I think could use a 15 to 20 point increase, because comparing it to the Sicarian battle tank and how it's slightly superior in a few ways, without having any of the weaknesses of the Sicarian, makes me think it should probably be a bit more, but you know, it is what it is. It's the least worrisome thing about this army in terms of broken when you compare it to a Psychic Warlord Titan and a Hatarion card squad full of Paragon Blades. That's fucking horrible, especially if some asshole puts a 9 errant Psyker in there and buffs the squad. Jesus fuck. Yeah. Anyway, like I said, that's the last of the Talons of the Emperor Custode episodes. I don't know if I go on to Sisters next. I do have a lot of requests for the Leviathan Dreadnought, so that's probably going to be the next easy shit after this. Thanks all for watching the video, and I'll see you all next time.